And we'll start in a seated position and just take a moment to arrive in your practice, taking a couple of breaths and just tuning in. Really root down through your sit bones, let your shoulders drop down away from the ears. And as you breathe here, just notice how you're arriving on your mat today. See if you can relax your jaw a little. And just take a moment to let go of the busyness of the day. The buzzing spring energy is wonderful, but let's ground in for a moment. Today, we're continuing our gratitude practice for the month. So, we're working with a mantra just for today. I will be grateful. Finding our capacity for appreciation and for gratitude, for abundance, but also honoring those moments where it's a little more difficult to access gratitude. So maybe bringing to mind here today one thing as we're celebrating the equinox and finding balance, one thing that we are grateful for, and one thing that we're struggling with to be grateful for, that we're kind of finding difficult to access gratitude, some aspect of our life. Just taking a moment here to reflect on that as we begin our practice. And just blink the eyes open if they're closed, bringing the hands out to the side, tenting the fingertips on the mat or on the floor. And we'll just roll the shoulders, bringing them up towards the ears and then down the back. Slow roll with the shoulders, just feeling into that space, any tension or ease, any tightness or freedom that's here, and just noticing how our shoulders feel. We can carry a lot of tension from our day, even not noticing it, in our jaw and our neck and our shoulders. Just taking some time here and then reversing the direction, rolling them forward, and really feeling into that back side of the shoulders, of the heart space. It's a nice, gentle practice today. And coming back to neutral, walk the left fingertips out a little, sweeping the right arm up and just stretching through those right fingertips. The arm doesn't have to come all the way over, just reaching up and just gazing at the fingertips, beginning to lengthen through the right side body. Maybe you want to walk the hand out a little more, whatever feels good to you here. And then we'll gaze down towards our left fingertips, bend the right elbow, bringing the right hand to the back of the head. And then on the exhale, drawing the right elbow in. And inhaling, coming back up. Gaze can come up. Exhale, coming back down. Nice and slow. Inhaling, opening the heart space. Exhaling, closing in as we round a little through the shoulders. And 3 more. Inhaling 3. Inhaling 2. Inhaling last 1. Elbow comes up. Extend that arm all the way over, maybe bending a little in the left elbow. Just rooting through, sinking down the right hip, reaching through the fingertip, lengthening through the side body, really feeling between all of the ribs, that space here. Inhaling, coming all the way up. Interlace the fingers behind the back. We'll bring the palms close together and knuckles towards the floor, opening through the heart space. Draw the shoulder blades together. Gaze comes up and the belly and the heart space forward. Opening through the center of the chest, through the front of the shoulders. And draw the chin down towards the chest. Unlace the fingers, bring the arms out in front, walk the hands out. Let your spine round here. Let the head hang heavy. Feeling those sensations maybe in the lower back, maybe along the spine. And just taking time here to just reflect and notice how these movements feel in the body. Throughout our practice, seeing if we can find gratitude just in these small moments of sensation, or just noticing our breath or the feel of our heartbeat. And inhale, walk the hands back and all the way up and lengthening through the spine. We'll move to the opposite side. So right fingertips come out, left arm sweeps up, reaching skyward, lengthening and sinking down the left hip, reaching through the fingertips, really stretching through the rib cage and the underarm. And gaze comes down towards the right hand, left elbow bends, left hand to the back of the head. Inhaling, and then exhaling, drawing the elbow down. Inhaling, gaze comes up towards the elbow as we open up. Exhale, folding in. Inhaling, opening up the heart space. Exhale, fold. 3 more. Inhaling 3. Inhaling 2. Last inhale. Extend the arm up and over, reaching even deeper through from the hip all the way to the fingertip. Beautiful. And breathing here into the rib cage. Feel it expand. Feel it contract. Inhale all the way up. And bringing the fingers interlace behind again, just opening up through the heart space. Gaze comes towards the ceiling or towards the sky. Really drawing the knuckles down, palms together. And let go of the grip. Walk the hands out into the front, rounding through the spine again. Inhale, walk the hands all the way back. We'll bring the legs out into a V shape for dragonfly. So your V doesn't have to be very wide, or it can be if you want it to be. Make sure you have good contact through your sit bones. Lengthen the spine on the inhale. Flex the toes back towards the body. Active feet. Shoulders roll down and away from the ears. Heart center open. Crown reaching towards the sky. Take a couple of moments here just to breathe and feel the energy moving from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Just following the breath here. Our mantra just for today, I will be grateful. Feel free to incorporate that if you'd like to as you breathe in the space. Just for today, I will be grateful. And you can stay here if you'd like, or you can hinge at the hips, walk the hands out until you feel some resistance or sensation, maybe in the back of the leg, in the hamstrings, or in the lower back. And wherever you are, just pausing there. You can keep the spine straight, or you can allow the spine to round a little, maybe bringing the chin towards the chest. The option is yours. As always, just making choices that feel good to your body in your practice today. And just deep breathing here into the belly. Just feeling the space created with the breath. You inhale, really taking stock of all of the abundance in your life right now, all of the things that you're grateful for. On your inhale, walk the hands back, slowly coming all the way up. Just pausing at the top. Taking a couple of breaths here. Feeling that pose leave the body. And we'll find deer pose, bringing your right shin parallel to the top of your mat, left shin parallel to the side of your mat, or the long side of your mat. And you can place, if you'd like, a block underneath the front right knee. If you want a little support there, you could also put the blanket there if you want. We'll lengthen through the spine here and then walk the hands back a little, fingertips towards the back of the room. Maybe you're kind of at a diagonal here. You walk the hands back, it won't be straight back. Follow the line of your left hip. And just feeling into that internal rotation. Any sensations that arise in the left hip. Breathing into that space, just allow any tension or tightness in the hip to maybe soften and gently release. When we work with the hip, we work to release the tension here. We think about maybe anything stored here that we haven't been able to process and let go of. This is our root chakra. This is a place of stability and safety. Sometimes if we don't have the resources or capacity to process emotions or experiences, especially ones that it's difficult to navigate, we may have some emotions stuck here. So it may feel a little tight. See if you can allow it to soften even by 1%, a little. Each exhale, letting go of any energy we don't wish to carry into this spring season. Anything we'd like to let go of. We'll walk the hands back, coming all the way up. Bring both legs in front, coming into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, bringing the soles of the feet together. Knees fall open. You can place blocks underneath the knees if you want a little more support here. As you lengthen through the spine, you can place your hands on your ankles or on your feet. Again, just finding that nice, tall, long spine, following that flow of energy, finding balance within, just in the breath, just finding gratitude for our breath here. Feel it flow from the base of the spine to the crown on the inhale. And on the exhale, flowing down again, just releasing any energy that we don't wish to hold on to. Taking in what we need from the earth on the inhale. And on the exhale, creating space. Let the belly be soft and breathe into this space. Walk the hands out, hinging at the hips. Let the spine round a little, round through the shoulders. Let any tension from the shoulders just roll down the back. Any worries that you've been holding on to today or from this week, feel them just rolling down, releasing from the space into the earth. On the inhale, walk the hands back, release any blocks to the side if you use them. Bring the right shin parallel to the long edge of your mat, left shin parallel to the front. Just pause here for a moment. Notice how this feels differently, probably on this side than the other. No writing any stories, just noticing right now. And feeling into those sensations, whatever they are here. Taking a couple of breaths, lengthening through the crown. And then we'll walk the hands back. Notice how that little shift changes the sensations that you're feeling. Sometimes that's all it takes is just a little shift in how we view things, a shift in our perspective. We're able to find gratitude. You find the yumminess in the sensations that you're feeling right now. The nourishment that you're taking in from mindfully moving your body, connecting with any thoughts or feelings that arise, connecting with the breath. And walking the hands back in, bringing the legs out long, and bringing the feet closer together. They can be in a little bit of a V here, but we don't want to be as wide as we would in a dragonfly. Just a seated forward fold here. We aren't going to be pulling or pushing ourselves too far into this. We want to have more of a passive fold here. So lengthening through the spine, rooting down through the sit bones, keeping the spine long, and just hinging forward at the hips. So wherever you meet resistance, maybe our bellies, maybe the back of our legs or our lower back, pausing there, keeping the toes flexed towards the body, taking a couple of breaths here, and then letting the spine round here. You can bring your blocks here if you'd like to support the head in some way, wherever you are. That's what you'd like to do. And after you take a couple of breaths, notice if As you begin to soften, maybe walk the fingertips out just a little more, but we're not grabbing on and pulling ourselves further into this. Just notice where your body is today. See if you can soften into that space. Walk the hands back and bringing the head up last. We'll cross the right foot to the outside of the left leg. Hugging that knee in a little bit, lengthening through the spine. And then on the inhale, sweeping the left arm up, reaching the left elbow to the right knee, coming into a seated twist. Right fingertips come behind you, fingertips towards the back of the room, lengthening on the inhale, and on the exhale, maybe deepening a little bit, bringing the gaze over the right shoulder. As you breathe here, nice twist. We're thinking about releasing toxins from the body, emotions, thoughts, stories, anything we'd like to let go of. Giving our organs a little massage here, helping to cleanse our bodies, detoxify our digestive systems as well. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly unwind. And just bring both knees bent, taking some gentle windshield wiper motions, bringing the knees back and forth, feet hip distance apart. And then we'll move into the opposite side with that twist. So bringing the legs out long again, left foot to the outside of the right leg, and also come to the inside. If that's uncomfortable for you, just make any adjustments that you need to make. Placing the left hand behind you for support. Inhale, reaching the right arm up, lengthening. Exhale, right arm to the left knee. Lengthening on the inhale again, exhaling, twisting maybe a little deeper. Breathing here, letting it all go. All of the stress from your day, all of that excess energy. 3 more breaths here. On your last exhale, unwinding, shaking the legs out, and then we'll meet in tabletop. So you can bring your blanket to support your knees if you'd like a little cushion. And tabletop, bring the knees stacked under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, tops of the feet and palms press into the mat. And on the inhale, we'll drop the belly, tailbone rises, a gaze comes forward. Exhale, round the spine as you press into the earth and tuck the tailbone. Gaze comes towards the navel. Inhaling into cow, dropping the belly. Shoulder blades come towards each other, opening the heart space. Gaze comes skyward. Exhale, broaden through the shoulders. Really press into the earth. Tuck the tailbone. Round the spine into cat. And then begin to just move through these cat-cows or take any gentle movement that feels good here to you. Just nourishing the body, getting all that energy flowing through the spine, through our central column of energy, harmonizing our bodies, our breath, and our movement. Three more rounds. As we come back through a neutral tabletop, taking whatever variation of child's pose you'd like to take, you can keep the knees together and walk the hips back. You can bring the knees further apart and then finding your heart center towards the earth or on top of the thighs, bringing the forehead to a block or to the mat, really breathing through the heart space here, thinking about sinking the hips down. And in addition to our mantra for the month, we also have an affirmation. I welcome gratitude into my heart and embrace the abundance of this present moment. I welcome gratitude into my heart and embrace the abundance of this present moment. Just noticing how that lands as you connect with the heart space, breathing here, really embracing the openness of this moment, this season changing, being present with the breath right here. Bring the gaze towards the fingertips. And walk the hands back, slowly coming all the way up. And just pausing at the top for a moment. Just letting that pose leave the body. Taking a moment to reflect on any intentions that you'd like to set for this season of spring, any seeds you'd like to begin to plant. And then we'll find our way to however you would like it to take in the meditation. So you can lay down if you'd like, or you can be seated, however you'd like to be, taking a moment to settle into a receiving posture. And I'll be sharing a version of the guided meditation from Sunday's soul retreat meditation practice. It won't be the same. If you were there for that, it's going to be similar. I don't have anything written down, so I'll try to recall as much as I can. But it was really beautiful, so I want to share that here too. Taking a couple of breaths to settle into this receiving space. Feel the breath enter through the nose, filling the chest, lungs, and the belly. Exhaling, letting the shoulders relax. Begin to feel the space of support beneath you wherever you are. Feel the hips supported, maybe the back of the head and neck. As you settle in, just notice how your body is resting here, letting go of our physical practice today and coming into the practice of the mind, turning our gaze further inward. Let the body soften towards the earth. If you notice any sensations, any areas that are speaking to you, letting the breath gently travel into these spaces. Any tension, any tightness in the body that's remaining. See if you can let those areas relax, let go a little more with each exhale. In some of our practices here at Soul Center, we've been talking about the 8 worldly winds in Buddhism. And these are areas where we can get caught up, we can get stuck, carried away by these winds. And as it relates to gratitude, the winds of gain and loss, taking a moment here to reflect on gain and loss, how we feel when we have maybe lost something or someone, maybe how we feel when we feel we have everything to lose or everything to gain, and how easy it is to get swept away and to get caught in the stories of either or. Can we find balance and equanimity in the bothness of it all? Imagining yourself in a spiral somewhere in a place that is peaceful and safe to you. Envisioning in your mind this large spiral, maybe it's made of stone or made of light. Where do you find yourself naturally? If you just find yourself somewhere along the line of the spiral, you find yourself in the center, at the edge, somewhere in between. See if you can find yourself there. Before you begin to journey in this spiral, just take a moment to look at your present surroundings, your inner landscape, what is happening here in your human experience. What winds are you getting caught in? What stories related to gratitude? Or maybe there is a lack of gratitude that you're being pulled in that direction. And as you begin your journey, notice the direction you begin your journey in. Is it to the center of the spiral? Is it walking outward? And no matter where you are on that spiral, there is something to gain and something to lose. And just notice as you take each step, the stories or thoughts that arise as you reflect on whether you feel you are gaining or losing in this moment of taking the first step on your journey. And take some time to explore here what's coming up for you, what's coming alive in this moment as you reflect on your journey of gain and loss. In those moments of loss, what is there to gain? What could you be gaining in moments of maybe deep loss in your life? And if you find yourself with a lot of abundance, an overwhelming amount of abundance, full of gain, how does it feel to think of the loss, to find balance in that? And as you find yourself coming to either the center of the spiral or the edge of the spiral, begin to walk back the opposite direction. And this time, as you journey inward or out, you have a new perspective. You have knowledge and wisdom that you've gained from the journey thus far. And how does this shift your view? Maybe understanding that there is no right point in this journey, no exact point to be, and at any time you can find balance. In the moments where maybe you are standing at the center of the spiral, you feel the nothingness, the emptiness, or maybe you feel the openness and the curiosity of all there is to gain from this point. As you stand at the edge of the spiral, feeling full of gratitude and taking stock of the abundance and the joy in your life, maybe there's a sense of fear of what there is to lose, or maybe what you can let go of or give to others and find balance in that. Not judging any of our thoughts, just being open, allowing them to be there, integrating all of the work that you did physically, mentally, and spiritually today. Honoring our gain and our loss, our abundance and our lack thereof. And in all of it, you're still here. And you are at all times exactly where you're meant to be on this spiral. Take a moment to reconnect with any intentions or seeds you are planting this spring, thinking about what it is that you are wanting to create in your experience. And planting those seeds and those intentions in the heart space, the center of you. Begin to deepen your breathing. Invite some awareness slowly back into the body. making gentle movement. Take your time to slowly come to a seated position. And bringing the hands to the heart space in some way, either in prayer pose or bringing the hands one over the other in the heart space, taking a moment of gratitude here just for this time and space that you've created for yourself in the middle of your busy week, the end of maybe a busy day, just to pause, to go inward and take stock of all of the abundance in our lives and to find peace in those moments where we may not be able to access our gratitude, and that's okay. Grateful for bodies that can move through this practice in any way, for people to practice with, and beautiful spaces to practice in. May you walk in loving kindness. May you share the unique gift that is you. And may you remember your true essence is love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.